Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the sun is now starting to peek through the clouds.
It's bouncing off my forehead.
Dancing with the light on your forehead, lotus-like forehead.
Right.
So, yeah.
Canto 3, Chapter 26, Text 36. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Is that too high? Octane.
Ever so slightly. Octane. Octane, that's gas.
Octane.
Welcome to my world. It's high octane. Yeah. Okay, text.
It's interesting because when you lead kirtans, I can't always follow because it's so high.
Yeah.
It's interesting. No, I'm not a singer, so I don't know, but I know that I can't follow. Anyway, text 36, now that we've done the irrelevant facts at the beginning.
Did you say where we are?
Yeah, we're in the park.
We're in Regent's, we're in Russell Square, but did you say where we are in the book?
Yeah, I already said it. Canto 3, Chapter 26, text 36. Softness and hardness and cold and heat are the distinguishing attributes of touch, which is characterized as a subtle form of air.
And we can feel the coldness in the air today.
It's not cold, but we can feel the air.
It's cold. I've got a hat and a jacket on, and it's June.
June 25th.
England.
Purport.
Yeah, end of June.
Tangibility is the proof of form. In actuality, objects are perceived in two different ways. They are either soft or hard, cold or hot, etc. This tangible action of the tactile sense is the result of the evolution of air, which is produced from the sky.
So sky equals ether, and then from the ether comes air. So from sound comes a sense of touch, which is given in the air. There you go. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah.
Text 37. The action of the air is exhibited in movements, mixing, allowing approach to the objects of sound and other sense perceptions, and providing for the proper functioning of all other senses. Okay, sounds like air is pretty important. And you can see there's lots of air happening here. You can hear it rustling through the trees. Purport. We can perceive the action of the air when the branches of a tree move, or when dry leaves on the ground collect together. Similarly, it is only by the action of the air that a body moves. When the air circulation is impeded, many diseases result. So this is also referring to the life airs, of which there are 5. Paralysis, nervous breakdowns, madness, and other diseases are actually due to an insufficient circulation of air. In the Ayurvedic system, these diseases are treated on the basis of air circulation. If from the beginning one takes care of the process of air circulation, such diseases cannot take place. From the Ayurveda as well as from the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clear that so many activities are going on internally and externally because of air alone. And as soon as there is some deficiency in the air circulation, these activities cannot take place. Here it is clearly stated, Netritvam dravyas shabdayo. Our sense of proprietorship over action is also due to the activity of the air. If the air circulation is stifled, we cannot approach a place after hearing. Let me read that again. Our sense of proprietorship over action is also due to the activity of air. Okay? If the air circulation is stifled, we cannot approach a place after hearing. What does that mean? Let's see. If someone calls us, we hear the sound because of the air circulation, and we approach that sound or the place from which sound comes. It is clearly said in this verse that these are all movements of the air. The ability to detect odor is also due to the action of air. So it seems like, because the sense of touch is being derived by air, and I would have thought, yeah, air was more connected with aroma, let's say. If ether provides sound, and I would have thought air provides aroma. But we'll see later that aroma, or the sense of smell, comes from earth. So earth gives fragrance, gives smell, otherwise, and then it's carried by the air. So I guess what it's saying here is that air actually helps to provide a foundation for many of the other things. But I still didn't get this two sentences. Our sense of proprietorship over action, that means I think I'm the doer, is due to the activity of the air. Okay. Maybe, I got it. If the air circulation is stifled, means, yeah, if the air circulation outside is stifled, then we start to kind of smother. And if it's stifled inside, I guess that we start to die. We cannot approach a place after hearing. What does that mean? Any thoughts, anyone, on that?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
But it's okay. Lots of things in life I don't understand. I'm sure if a rocket scientist were to show up here and start explaining to me how rockets work, I'd be like, okay, I got it. Although I'm one of those people, I feel like if you explain something, I can definitely understand it. You just need to explain it, and I need to be able to ask it. But so, if anyone has any ideas, please put it in the comments.
Text 38. By interactions of the air and the sensations of touch, one receives different forms according to destiny. By evolution of such forms there is fire, and the eye sees different forms in color. Because of destiny, the touch sensation, the interactions of air, and the situation of the mind, which is produced of the ethereal element, one receives a body according to his previous activities. Needless to say, a living entity transmigrates from one form to another. His form changes according to destiny and by the arrangement of a superior authority which controls the interaction of air and the mental situation. Form is the combination of different types of sense perception. Predestined activities are the plans of the mental situation and the interaction of air.
Thoughts?
No.
She's not digging on this right now. Our computer the day before lost her, or is losing her also.
Not my jiving. I'm not jiving. That's cool kids say.
So, fire equals forms and vision and eyes. So from fire, one is able to see because there's light. And then we can have the identification of different forms, and it says specifically in color. So air moves on to fire. So we've gone from ether, the most subtle, to air, which is more gross than ether. Then to fire, which if you ever watch a fire, it's really far. Fire is more like air, the way that it kind of moves like that. So fire, and then we're going to go to water and then to earth. So the interactions of air and the sensations of touch, one receives different forms according to destiny. One receives different forms. And I wonder if that means different forms, and it means like these bodies. By evolution of such forms there is fire, and the eye sees different forms in color. Now this element of fire is interesting, like because we often think of fire as an element, is something that isn't created by man, but if you ever want to bring into manifestation fire, you need to get it from usually something kind of man-made, right? Lighter or matches or a gas stove I guess there's a whole thing around when did fire as an element first come into existence, let's say in the service of man, or how did it manifest as a, because earth was already here, air is already here, water, ether, but fire is a unique element because it's somewhere between earth and air, and it seems like something that isn't just manifest. But I guess when you think about it, many forest fires start just by the heat or the rubbing together of bamboo. So fire is also started by friction or by spark of rocks or by lightning, things like that. Any thoughts? She's like, why is this guy talking so much about fire? Okay. Twisted fire starter. Okay. Any thoughts on fire? You know what to do. Put it in the comments section down there. And we don't want any, what are they called? Pyromaniacs, right? Crazy.
Fire starters.
Fire starters. Sorry. Twisted.
Text 39.
Right. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Is this? Okay. My dear mother, so remember this is Lord Kapila Dev speaking to Devahuti. The characteristics of form are understood by dimensions, quality, and individuality. So the characteristics of form are known by three things. Dimensions, it means a form has a certain height, width, and depth. Quality, we heard earlier, soft, hard. What were some of the other things it said? Soft, hard, different things. Quality, black, white, green, purple, rough, smooth. And individuality. What does that mean, individuality? Let's see, we'll read in the purport in a minute. The form of fire is appreciated by its effulgence. Okay. Purport. Every form that we appreciate has its particular dimensions and characteristics. The quality of a particular object is appreciated by its utility, but the form of sound is independent. Forms which are invisible can be understood only by touch. What is the independent appreciation? That is the independent appreciation of invisible form. Interesting. Visible forms, so invisible forms are what? Like air, primarily. And what else does it say? Sound. These are things you can't, form is conveyed through sound, but sound has no real form, right? Interesting. So, visible forms are understood by an analytical study of their constitution. The constitution of a certain object is appreciated by its internal action. For example, the form of salt is appreciated by the interaction of salty tastes, and the form of sugar is appreciated by the interaction of sweet tastes. Taste and qualitative constitution are the basic principles in understanding the form of an object. Very interesting. Any thoughts? How about the form of the sun that seems to be making its way manifest?
Yes.
Through the crowds. Very lovely.
Or the form of that little pug dog.
Pug dog. What's
it's cute.
Called? Pug dog?
Pug face.
Okay. Next.
Text 40. Fire is appreciated by its light and by its ability to cook, to digest, to destroy cold, to evaporate, and to give rise to hunger. First, eating and drinking. Purport. The first symptoms of fire are distribution of light and heat, and the existence of fire is also perceived in the stomach. Without fire, we cannot digest what we eat. That's true. Without digestion, there is no hunger or thirst or power to eat and drink. That's so true. When there is insufficient hunger and thirst, it is understood that there is a shortage of fire within the stomach, and the Ayurvedic treatment is performed in connection with the fire element, Agni Madhyam. Since fire is increased by the secretion of bile, the treatment is to increase bile secretion. The Ayurvedic treatment thus corroborates the statements in Srimad Bhagavatam. The characteristic of fire in subduing the influence of cold is known everywhere. Severe cold can always be counteracted by fire. So, fire keeps you warm, it gives you light. You can always light like a torch, like get a big stick or plank and you can set fire to it and then walk through the jungle or the park or whatever. You can see things.
People are doing that regularly when they come out of their houses at night. Lighting sticks on fire.
But you can...
Most people just turn on light on their phone these days. Don't even need to buy a flashlight.
No, if you don't have a phone, you drop somewhere, you've been evacuated out of an aeroplane or something. What are you going to do? Look for your phone. And also...
You're correct, yes. For all of those people who wind up getting ejected from an airplane and landing on a deserted island without a telephone, remember, you can light a stick on fire. If you can figure out how to create fire, now that's another. If you can't find your phone, then I want to know how you're going to find a lighter, find a pack of matches. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need matches to start a fire.
Well, what do you do to start a fire then?
You're not a Boy
Girl
Scout.
Come on over.
Yeah,
to the
you
Girl
do.
Scout.
You get a stick. Everyone knows, and then you go.
Okay, we're going to try it after this. I'll do a little video and we'll see. That's my wife. So nice. Yeah. That's right. So anyway, at least this has been recorded. They find my body burned up in the Thames somewhere. You don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because you keep asking me to comment, and when I comment, someone just... And it's true about the digestion, because sometimes when I overeat, I go to events or whatnot, people's houses.
On those rare occasions.
Yeah, you really do, you feel it the next day, you're not so hungry.
Is it?
No, yeah. You can feel, and then if you miss a meal or two, like the stomach rumbles and you feel good, like, okay. And that's the digestion. It's like I always imagine it like wheels, like cogs, and they're like working, still working again,
Yeah, I guess with this example, it's less than a cog and wheels. It's probably more like an oven, like an old oven.
Yeah, but I mean that's how it's starting up again, and it starts a fire.
Okay. All right, man. All right. Let's see. Next purport's short, so we'll do one more. Text 41.
You can do two more because there's no purport for the next one, and then we can stop at 43.
And then some people, they're just like fire. No matter what they say.
No, don't keep talking because then you go over the time. So then we might as well just stop here.
Some people just fry you out like fire.
Why the interaction of fire?
Hello.
No, then
It's my turn to read.
Talk.
You shall follow the rules, Mrs. Follow the rules. Text 41. By the interaction of fire and the visual sensation, the subtle element of taste evolves. Ooh, now we're getting very technical. So the element of taste evolves under a superior arrangement. Acha. From taste, water is produced, and the tongue, which perceives taste, is also manifested. Okay, so next comes taste, or the element is water. The sense organ is the tongue, and the resultant sense is taste. And this comes from the interaction of fire and visual sensation by divine or superior arrangement. Here's the purport. The tongue is described here as the instrument for acquiring knowledge of taste. Because taste is a product of water, there is always saliva on the tongue. So you can see saliva is always there on the tongue. So that's water. And
Yeah, especially when you, like, sometimes you see something, it's really, you want to eat it, and you're just about to, you know.
And the cogs in the tummy are going.
Not that I'm saying saliva comes out my mouth or anything when I see something I want to eat.
I have seen that.
No, you haven't. Text 42. Although originally one, taste becomes manifold as astringent, sweet, bitter, pungent, sour, and salty due to contact with other substances.
So how many tastes are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Six tastes. So let's see. Let's go through the ones that are easy. Salty. When you say salty as a taste, what do you think of?
Salt. It's already salted crisps.
Yes, pack of Walters, mate. Okay. Sour. When you say sour,
Lemon.
what do you think of? Yeah, lemon. Very good. Pungent.
Fish.
Fish. Okay.
Is it?
We don't eat fish.
I know that.
She said that. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
eat
say
fish.
we ate it, but isn't it like pungent?
I guess so, but can we think of something that's pungent?
Can you think of something, dear viewers, what's pungent in terms of food?
Not pungent.
I said fish, but maybe I got the wrong understanding.
No, fish would probably be that, but
what do our viewers think?
well, see, in the definition it says having a strongly sharp taste or smell, or it says strong, sour, but sour is different.
All right, what about bitter?
Bitter.
Corella.
Neem, they're bitters.
What
And
about
then-
sweet?
No, well, where's sweet? Yeah, sweet. What's sweet?
Ice cream.
My wife.
That's
She
my
is so-
favourite, if anyone's
she is
watching.
so sweet. What?
Ice cream.
Yes.
And astringent. It's astringent.
Astringent. The definition is causing the contraction of skin cells and other body tissue.
Oh, so
Of
some
taste or smell, slightly acidic
like.
or bitter. Now,
So where did
astringent-
spicy come into this?
Well, because one of them, between pungent, I think pungent
Spicy.
is more spicy.
Yeah, that's my
like
favourite.
chilies.
If anyone's
But
watching.
astringent, I think astringent is more like,
Bitter.
not like
No.
bitter, like, well, we don't eat it, but onion and garlic would be astringent.
Yeah.
But it could also be pungent. So what is the distinction between astringent and pungent?
If you know, do tell us.
And but we might say astringent would be more like hing for us. If you eat hing,
Hing.
it's got a pinging kind of
Asafoetida.
aroma. Asafoetida, yeah. So there you go. The 6 varieties of taste, and maybe you can think of a different taste. Maybe not, because I remember when I read this many years ago, thinking, it's amazing how many things have already been described in the Bhagavatam that people have already analyzed, and it's like, what other flavor is there?
Right, okay.
I mean,
We'll call it a day now. God.
well, we won't call it a night because it's the day.
Thank you very much, everyone, for
Thank you.
tolerating.
And by the way, tomorrow is our anniversary. We've been married for 12
26th
years.
June, because you won't watch this
26
on the
years.
26th of June.
No, 12 years.
Well, you might, because I'll upload it today.
12
That's
years.
true, you might.
12 years we've been married.
Sunday
12
26th June
years.
is our 12th wedding anniversary.
And as the joke goes, you know,
You can get out for murder.
I'd be out of
yes?
jail in less time for murder. You know what I'm saying?
On parole.
On parole. But I'm still in the clink, mate.
Me too.
God bless you. Confirmed. Okay, thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and the Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantarai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.